But anyway, I'll go ahead and just bring up Gustav's stream, and then we can go ahead and talk about it.
You probably shouldn't do that.
Oh, load up your stream.
You're just gonna have to go without this time. Your shit's too scuffed. Stop trying to do shit you can't do.
I don't think it'll break anything.
It's not worth finding out. You're in the middle of a stream.
There's only one way to find out, Magnum.
But yeah, go ahead.
Gustav is the voice of reason. I'll be chaos today. It'll be fine. It's not worth. Your shit is scuffed. Do it. Do it.
Okay. But yeah, go ahead and go through the stats. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Downtime, the Hangar, where we talk about all things GBO2 and tangent about a lot of other stuff a lot of the time. Today I'm joined by Zaku the 13th.
Yep.
And GamingEmblem.
Howdy.
So guys, how was your past week?
It's been alright. Hanging out, doing a lot of streaming. Father's Day passed, so I was doing the rounds for that this weekend. Hanging out and all that, especially since most of us are vaccinated, so made things easier. Although the fire pit that I was supposed to get my stepdad got delayed, and it finally came in like yesterday. I woke up and it was just like, it's a big ass box. Holy shit! So I got to go over there and assemble it soon. Well, though, of course, looking at the weather, supposedly it's like we're gonna have rain every day, and not only that, we're talking about having some flash floods. So watch it.
Oh no!
It's like, oh, good timing. Thank you. But besides that, it was fine. Just been going through some scuffery with Near Replicant. One of the recent patches fucked up the performance mod that I was using, and it's been acting a little fucky. And when I say a little bit, I mean like it blew out some of my USB hubs, and I had to restart to actually get them to like come back up. So that was a little rough. Not physically, just like the actual controllers themselves, thank goodness.
Yeah.
But
sure, right.
I think part of it's because they there's a program that they use for the inputs for controllers, and one of the older issues is that it would double up commands. And because it was doing multiple inputs at once when it wasn't supposed to, it would actually make the game chug. So the patch actually like fixed that, or not the patch, but the mod fixed that. And since I think the only difference now is that you have to initialize the menu in order to have the mod be injected, but because I didn't realize that, those first two instances of me doing it post that update were like super fucky, as it probably would have been working had I not put that in before starting the playthrough. So that's a little ominous. Kind of glad I knew about that first. So we're probably gonna try to continue that on Friday. But in the meantime, clan matches are gonna be happening tomorrow morning. So we've gotten a little bit of practice in. We've also gotten some people in the team. I feel like we've been doing more recruiting than actual like other stuff for it, which is still nice because it sets us up for future matches. But hopefully we can get in there still all the same. What about you guys?
Yeah, I know I've been doing a lot of the same stuff. I've been putting a little bit more time in PSO2 New Genesis, just because as the players put it, from my understanding, what I've been told, I've got my buffed gear now. So apparently there's a problem with one of the like fixa skills that weapons get. And it's called fixa termina. And normally what it does is when you have it on your weapons, it gives you a buff to your crit damage. It's, I think at level 4 it's like 14% or something like that. But the problem with the ability right now is that it does that, but it also just gives you that same percentage added to your potency. So you like double down, like you get a actual attack buff and a crit damage buff. So like people are hitting for like 2.5 to like 4K on their like critical hits and stuff like that, which is obscene damage
that's some double
in the
dipping.
new Genesis right now. Like you're talking like a good hit for a normal person is probably like, I don't know.
1.2 is the highest I hit with my missile thing on my
Yeah,
Ranger.
and depending on the class, it could be different too. But Magnum's like high end is like 1K, and they're like doubling, if not quadrupling that. It's ridiculous. So I just bought like a cheap. I bought a cheap like discount 3-star, 2-star weapon with the skill on it, just so I don't have to do a huge money investment. I just beat on things with that. So I just been kind of clubbing things to death. Feels pretty good because I just crush and destroy everything. But at the same time, I didn't want to invest too hard because whenever they patch it, which there's emergency maintenance tonight, could be tonight. I don't want to be like out $1 billion because nobody was pricing it for after the change, right? You got to pay that premium while it's still going
just
on.
Catering to like a temporary meta or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, do you know how much did you pay for yours?
I got a 2-star silver sword for 2,000 Meseta.
Oh, okay.
And it had level 5 on it. So if you're not looking for a 4-star, which you don't even need because the damage is bonkers once you upgrade it, you'll be able to just put some stuff into it and have a decent beating weapon. That'll probably be better than your maxed out 4-star that doesn't have anything on it or even anything good. And it works out pretty well.
Yeah, that's
but
what I'm
I
using
think
right
it's
now,
funny
so
that Gustav.
4-star.
Oh, right. I think it's funny Gustav brought up the weather, though. We're supposed to be having some crazy weather for Washington as well. Apparently, it's going to be over 100 degrees this weekend, with the highs at like 106 on Sunday. Which, for some people might be like, hey, that's my normal Lamau or whatever. But here in Washington, it's to my understanding, I've barely been here a year, but that is not the norm. I mean, that's high for Alabama. So it's going to be crazy. People here, like, it stays cool enough here normally where, like, most houses don't even have, like, built-in air conditioners,
Oh,
Yeah,
good
that's-
fucking luck then. Damn,
So,
dude.
yeah,
that's
people
one
are
of the
going to
reasons-
suffer.
So the crazy thing here is that we've been having it consistently in the 80s, but the lows have actually been like 70s, 60s every day.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it does not drop much at night, like at all.
Well, that's
the
weird.
nights have been pretty hot here too.
It got down to the 40s or 50s here the other night. I'm pretty much
Sounds
right
good.
below you, Gustav. Oh,
Ooh, boy.
yeah, I'm in Kentucky, so it's like it went from like 89 down to 50, and it's like, okay, that's woot, I guess. And then yeah, but that was when we had those storms coming through, and then I got a couple of pictures of them, but there was some clouds, man. They were looking a little sus there for a little bit. I was like, went to go pick up some stuff here the other day. I guess that might have been Monday or Tuesday. No, that would have been Tuesday, I guess, because I'm trying to figure out whenever I went. Either way, point being though, it was like Monday or something, and I was like, "Are we gonna have another storm here?" There's already trees that are falling over everywhere, so it was just
Like
a
big
severe
old branches
thunderstorm.
getting eaten and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, the weather's weird right now.
It is. Hopefully, it's not something that's gonna stick around, but we'll see.
Global warming's not a
However,
thing,
it's only
right?
been getting hotter.
At
Yeah.
it all, what do you mean?
But
I got snow emblem. I'm gonna just put this here on the table,
Ooh.
and there you go.
There was actually an article that I saw about them supposedly wanting to like rebuild the ice caps with like actual like bits of ice and shit. So that one Futurama episode where they're just like dropping ice cubes in every once in a while
Yeah.
might actually come true.
I mean, that's what they're doing. They're
It's like,
gonna
what
use
the fuck?
they're gonna use submarines to rebuild it. So that's pretty cool.
yeah, that'll be interesting. But as far as everything else goes, I'm kind of on the fence about. I think I heard that Scarlet Nexus comes out on Friday.
Yes.
I don't know if I want to play it or not. I'm gonna have to try to. I'm gonna think about it. Give it deep thought. Because I like the demo.
I haven't done the
So
demo yet. Is
maybe
it still
enough.
up?
Is it just
Yeah.
a case of like too many games, or?
Well, yeah. I mean, I already benched Mega 10 or Nocturne so I can do Super Robot Wars, and then I still put GBO in there, and this was after I benched Judgment to play Nocturne because it came out, and I actually just ended up being Judgment offline in my free time. Really good game. I'm looking forward to the second one. So it's just like maybe I just need to get over. I think I just need to get over beating games. Part of me wants to be like, oh, I want to play these and finish them, but at the same time, like I still want to be able to like keep up and play new games. And maybe I should just play less Battle Op. But it's just like a weird balance, and I'm not sure what that balance is yet. And that's to help that I really only have like 4 hours a day during the weekdays because of work. And then I still have to make time during the weekday or the weekends to get longer streams in, but still like be a human being and maintain like my home and try and be like semi-social with my family and mainly my sister who lives out here and stuff like that. So just trying to do everything at once. And I don't know. First world problem, don't have enough time to play my video games.
Yeah, gosh darn.
Yeah, shucks. But yeah, good week so far though. I can't complain. More just looking forward to Tales of Arise. That's the true game. We're dropping everything. Battle Operation. What if I will miss Anniversary on Wednesday? Well,
Oh
I'll
my
probably
God.
make a cameo, but I would literally not play GBO until like an hour before Anniversary if Tales of Arise was out that same week. And like, who
Well,
gives a
like,
fuck about
speaking
Char's
of-
counterattack?
Speaking of Megaten, though, there's that other one that they announced on the Switch too.
Yeah,
That's
Shin
gonna be
Megami
coming.
Tensei 5 or whatever.
Yep.
I was waiting for that one. They teased that like when the Switch first came out, and then I didn't hear too much about it, but yeah, it looks pretty nice.
If that's the case, then it's been a minute. Shit.
Yeah. Because like I think the teaser was like just shot in a classroom, and there was like a few demons and a Jack Frost, and that was like all they showed. But seeing the longer trailer should be pretty cool. But yeah, I might need to get a Switch, because I do want to play that. No, I'll steal my sister's. That's a better idea. I'll take my sister's Switch and play
Give it.
Mega 10. Yeah, she's probably just wasting time pulling weeds on her island or something anyway, so she's got nothing better to do with it.
Not gonna lie, I thought about just getting a Switch since I can't find a PS5 right now. Yeah.
That's pretty much what I did for now.
Yeah,
Although if you find a PS5, let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah, good so far though. How about you, Magnum?
Well, real quick, Tales of Arise. I was like, it didn't register. I heard the Arise part, and I didn't hear the Tales part. It was just like, and then my brain was like, Tales game, what? Now let's go. But
Yeah, I've already got my special edition pre-ordered. I'm ready.
September 10th. Interesting. I might have to try that one. I know.
Should be pretty interesting.
Was it Berseria was pretty good. Vesperia wasn't my favorite, but I've got it over there.
Oh, Vesperia is amazing. That's unfortunate to hear. Especially the definitive edition.
Maybe I need to go through it more. But maybe I just wasn't feeling a Tales game at that point.
Yeah, I think you mentioned something about that the last time we talked about it. Yeah, Vesperia has like really clean combat, and the story's not bad either. Like, I don't think it's like the best one, because it's kind of more about not just the protagonist, but Yuri kind of just makes all of his friends better people, and he has stuff going on at the same time too. So they have good development for everybody in the game, which I think is the strongest point. Like by the time everything's said and done, and that goes for like a lot of stories. But there's some RPGs where like you have like other party members, and like there might be a side quest where like they have progression or something.
Yeah.
But they're kind of just there to be a beater in your
kind of
party.
static or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody has like really good character progression in Tales of Vesperia. It's really cool, in my opinion.
My favorite one is still Symphonia.
Yeah, that was my first one. Symphonia definitely holds a special place in my heart. I played that game way too much.
Yeah, I didn't understand till after you told me how that weapon even worked, but yeah, I played it so much that now I just literally one-shot everything with those broken weapons.
Oh, the fell arms?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome, man. Especially when you start getting to those long playthroughs, it's like max damage everything on it on normals. So like, yes.
Yeah. It just sounds like I'm just like smack. Okay, cool. The whole thing's dead. Next fight. But like, what's the Arise really about? Like, is there any like new gimmicks or anything with it, or?
I haven't heard a ton about the combat. Like, I know there's supposed to be the big things are kind of like, the battles transition, like, from the map to combat, and not like the black screen transition, but it's just like they're supposed to like pan the camera some in a ring forms, and you're just fighting on where you were, which is a little bit different. Yeah, usually they like spawn you into a ring that looks like that has a background that looks like where you are. The newer games are better because they actually put you where you are. Like Berseria is really good because they do the same thing, but they're still to kind of load in. This one's supposed to kind of just be pretty seamless, supposedly. But as far as like any changes to the linear motion battle system or whatever, or whatever the acronym is now, I haven't heard like a ton about changes, but I know some nonsense about like whatever race the girl is supposed to be, like, or in like a higher social position than the other guy that doesn't feel pain, and if you touch her, like you get like racking pain through your whole body, but because he has that whatever that conditions called where your nerves don't receive pain or whatever, he can like touch her and wield her fire sword or whatever, and stuff is going on, like but I'm not 100% sure. They just showed a whole bunch of more characters in the more recent trailer, but I should probably check the website. They probably have more stuff on it now, to give you a little more context of the story, but I'm not really sure. There's some edgy guy that's chasing after the party or something, but I don't know a whole lot.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out then. And that's the other thing too, with something like that coming out, like with Nexus, whatever the other one, Waifu Souls 2.0 or whatever. That's what I've just calling
Scarlet Nexus.
Scarlet Nexus, that's what it was. Yeah, with that coming out, it's just like I might, because I noticed Code Vein is on sale for like $14 right now or something like that on Steam, and it's that time of year. It's the summer sale, so
summer.
You guys probably know the GIF where the game no, and the wallet goes into the computer. That's pretty much what's happened to me. I was like, click, 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 and I looked at my cart and I was like, game no. So I'm gonna have to get rid of a few things, but yeah, might be doing Code Vein here in the near future. Also, speaking of random gifts and stuff, Gustav, when you were talking about like the like USB stuff breaking, that kind of reminded me of this one thing from Machinima where it was like it zooms in, dude, just putting in like any kind of thing in your computer is not hard. You can just do it yourself. What are you afraid of? Like, it's nothing bad's gonna happen, and then like they go, and they make a noise, it's using Halo, and like it zooms into the computer screen and it goes error, and then it explodes, and they just threw an incendiary grenade at the dude, but like he's just screaming and flailing on the ground, so it's a funny little shot. So like every time there's anybody talking about a computer error, like I just want to edit that into something to be like, yeah, no, nothing's gonna happen, man.
Everything's fine.
But and then there was because as far as my week goes, I guess Phantasy Star Online 2. I've been trying to finish this video, but stuff and things to happen and being busy and some other stuff. But yeah, there's two things I don't like about Phantasy Star Online 2 right now. And it's really annoying. So I decided, since I don't really care about like cosmetics and stuff really at all, that I would just make a character on ship 1. So I was like, you know what? Instead of deleting a character, because I've got, all of them, all 3 of my current characters on ship 2 in the base game, that have a bunch of money and stuff, I'm just going to go ahead and, have some stuff leveled and just buy a new character, because why not? Well, I kind of want my money back because the principle of the matter, but everything is account wide in New Genesis. Why? Like, that is the dumbest thing ever. Like, you can't. It's not even like, even if it was server wide, that doesn't make too much sense. So before, maybe that was a complaint, so they didn't want people doing it character wise, but I don't see why you couldn't do it ship wise, because like, if you go on ship 2, do your dailies, do an urgent quest, find all the cocoons, get your skill points. That's actually a benefit, right? That actually helps you on your next character. But
Yeah.
and that goes across your entire account, not just ship 2, for instance. So then my next character already has all the skill points, already has all the cocoons, but if I do my dailies, my weeklies, or an urgent quest even, they're already done. And my other character can't do it, and then my character on ship 1 can't do it. Even though there's no way that I can transfer stuff between ship 1 and ship 2, my ship 1 character now is just, I'm calling it playing on hard mode. So the plan is tomorrow I'm going to do like a all-day stream, possibly after the, if I wake up early enough for the clan ranked. Right after that gets done, I can't remember what I got to do, but there's one thing I got to do. Oh yeah, get the router. So right after I get that router, which hopefully my stuff works to play that, then I'll probably take a break, go get the router, come back, and then try that. But we'll see. And I'm gonna see how far I can get on ship 1 with literally nothing extra, because maybe one day of dailies. But I mean, that's not even that much. That's what, 8,000 Beseta and like 20,000 XP or something. It's not, it's not the craziest amount. So I don't know why it's a big deal to only have it happen on one character per your account, and that's it. Like, that's kind of ridiculous. Also, apparently, that also means I'm going to have to log in to my character to do the hard daily that you have to be that you have to have 1184, 83 battle power, and do that quest first to then get all the quests done, because my new character starting out would have to do that as a daily quest instead of whatever it normally would get as its first daily quest. So that's another problem. But yeah, I don't know. The account wide stuff, I mean, what do you think of them? Like, as you can tell, I'm pretty tilted.
I think it's a bit of a drag. Like, there are some parts that I don't like. I kind of wonder if the SG and the crates was one of the reasons why they didn't want to do it.
No, that makes
set
sense.
it up like that.
Like, but give us the quest again and just replace it with like 10 Maseters. I'll take anything. Just
yeah, I think there was a better way for them to handle it. Hopefully, they've got a more reasonable reason why they didn't do that. Because they're like, oh well, we don't want people to farm Maseta. It's like, just do something different or better instead. So we'll see.
Yeah. So I hope people are complaining about this, because that's my biggest complaint now. Second though is no sub skill trees. That's my second biggest complaint. Like,
Sub skill trees.
so like in the base game, you have your main class and your subclass. Well, you can go ahead and put whatever stats in your subclass, and then when you swap to that as your main class, you have a new skill tree to put your points in, so that tree isn't gimped. And now it's just like, now like I can't do gunner because I've got all of it into resource generation.
Wow.
What happened? Did you just have a barely win?
Fucking- no, 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 no. The full like charge swing just wrecked like a 700 MLRS in one go for the knee suit. I'm in practice right now.
Oh, oh, that hurt. Oh no. Ah, that hurts. But yeah, I mean, it's a fridge door. It's a fridge door, so your charged attacks go through the fridge door, and so the suit should only have about either 13,500 or 14,500, and I know that hits for like 14 to 15k on a support anyway. So yeah, that makes sense. It's sad, but that makes sense. Charged attacks OP, dude. I bet
Guess
Emblem's
so.
happy about that right now, or that's what he was just saying to his chat. I don't know what he was saying, but I just
Yes.
had to say something.
Yes.
But yeah, but you know what I'm talking about, Emblem, though, as far as the subclass tree and stuff.
Sorry, say again.
The subclass tree and stuff. You know what I mean?
I
As far as,
honestly
like-
haven't noticed. I honestly don't remember. And when I played and didn't have the thing, I was like, I was just like, it didn't affect me one way or the other because I don't remember. I guess I just didn't remember how it worked before. And I was just like, oh well, okay. I guess I just need to do this. It's a different game. I don't know. I'm not saying it makes it better. Like it sounds like it's a bit of a step down, but
Yeah,
not
see,
gonna
that's
lie.
the
To
thing.
me, it was kind of I didn't really notice it at all. So I was just like, okay.
I mean, now it actually makes sense to have multiple characters, but that's the only reason now to have multiple characters rather than before. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right now there's no reason to have multiple characters, so I'm sure there's that
It
one
feels
guy.
like it's just a way to dissuade the person from using multiple characters.
Well, I mean, it takes $5 to get a new skill tree for one class, or you could just make another character, and you get a full fresh set of 6 skill trees for one for each class. So it's either like
I
30
meant more
bucks.
so like the daily part or whatever.
Oh, the daily part. Well,
Mm.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's no reason to have multiple characters, so that means the person who spent $100 on new character slots is probably like freaking out right now. Which, I mean, like I said, there's probably just that one
Stupid.
guy out there who did that, but like there's almost no reason to have multiple characters. Like at the most, you would probably have had like 3 or 4 on each thing, but there was probably somebody who had a bunch on each ship so that they could generate all the money that they would ever want. Because all you would do before is just do your dailies and weeklies and stuff, and then you just have a bunch of money and you're fishing and whatnot. So I'm sure there's people upset that try to do that again, which again I think that's bad design anyway. So that I'm not necessarily like, yeah, we should have 5 million dailies that we have to do on 50 different characters just to generate enough money to do anything. Like, yeah, that shouldn't be a thing. They should have better game design than that. But there's almost no reason to have multiple characters, and so far the only one is so that you can actually use a class, because you just dumped your stats in it to help your main class, and then it ends up can't use that subclass as a main class now. So that's the big bummer. But so at that point I'm just waiting for a reset, and then I put all my skills just so I could try everything else out and figure out what I like. But yeah.
I promise this is a Gundam podcast.
Oh yeah.
I promise you guys.
Yeah, this is
Wait, what?
this is the PSO2 rant and stuff. Long intro.
This is a Gundam podcast?
Oops. But yeah, for me, other than that, GBO2 things, dailies and whatnot. I've been playing a lot more League of Legends, so been getting in that salt life. Loving it. I like MOBAs way too much. But yeah, I'm slowly becoming addicted to it again.
Uh-oh.
This is bad. But also checking out MechWarrior 5 now. I just picked that up right before the podcast. Had to play around with some settings though. Went into some INI files and changed some things and just added some things to them. Hopefully, well, it seemed to have worked. So they had motion blur, and they don't have any way to get rid of motion blur, or at least it looked like motion blur.
Barf.
So since it's Unreal Engine 4, I know a lot of the stuff in it where I've worked with it a little bit. So I was just like, let's just put this here and copy this in here and see if that works. And it seems to smooth things out. So apparently they got a motion blur, and you can just get rid of it, or it was just running better this when I loaded it back in, one or the other. But yeah. So this is going to be a long one. So let's go ahead and
We're an hour in.
yeah, let's go ahead and what is this? The Zaku III, and I'm just gonna put Kai just so that it fits in the box. So yeah, guys, Zaku III Kai. I like it. I like it. What do you guys think? You guys have actually been able to play it. I've got to play against it.
It's pretty nice.
Are you in a game with it right now?
I'm in practice right now. Messing
Okay.
around.
Okay. Yeah, if we
I will
if we got a
say
room up-
700 cost doesn't seem very indicative of what you'll probably be seeing at 700 cost later, just because it's literally all Stardust memory shit.
Yeah, that was weird. But this is part 1, so I'm guessing we're gonna get one banner a week.
I just kind of hope that they update the room later.
The other thing,
But no, it's got an interesting kit. The skirt beam and all that is still there. The gun now is an instant stagger. You don't have the one with the bayonet from the other suit anymore. You actually have Vulcans, which are the Type 2 Vulcans, so you can stagger really quickly with them, and they have really good output. And one thing to keep in mind is that the skirt actually readies up really slow. They kind of gimped it a little bit, so you got to start with that first, move in with your beam, and then start laying into people. Alternatively, you can try to be a little Ganish, because you do have high bombs in your arm, and you can just do like some boostery, like surround maybe like a half circle worth, and then start moving in once they make contact. So you got options. But the reason you have options is because you don't have a role. You have everything else under the sun, however. So you still have a lot of boost. You have a lot of ways to push through most things. I will say, if you there are very obvious counters to this suit. EXS in particular is going to make this suit's life fucking miserable. Anything similar to that will also have a pretty good chance of clapping this thing's cheeks before it can close in. So, you know, raid life still applies pretty heavily to the suit, especially considering that it's not necessarily like CA size. It's still pretty fucking big, because it is a Zaku 3 at the same time, and it has that big old ass plate in the back.
the
That
CA has
means,
suit,
you know,
Magnum. Do you have the lobby open yet?
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you had one or that. Okay. I'll pull it up.
on top of all that, the heavy stagger is disgusting.
Oh,
or not the heavy
sure.
stagger, but the heavy swing is pretty gross. Like, you're just deleting things if you catch them with both hits.
You can follow up as well.
And the biosensor boosts your attack, reduces stun. Also, if you get killed, you actually go full Banzai mode and do a pretty like reasonable amount of damage upon explosion. So they get
Take
caught
less
in your
range damage
shockwave.
too.
Yeah, 40% less range.
So it's got a lot of stuff going for it, and I think they're starting to realize that, like, you kind of have to front load some of these higher end raids, especially if you're gonna still reflexively gimp them the way that they did this without the roll. So, but I was saying before, it kind of teaches you that, you know, the minute that you blow your raid, because there are some people who are still doing it for the tackles, right? But the second you blow that boost, unless you really have them on the ropes, you're pretty much in trouble.
Yep.
So it gives you plenty of chances to recover. It has plenty of boost on it, and considering what they've been doing to the boost parts as of this patch, you might be okay as long as you just load it up.
Yeah, pretty much what you said. It's pretty nice. You can hold like a bunch of different ranges really well since you have the skirt beam, your main. You can kind of stun and stagger up and slowly approach. The Vulcans seem pretty good since like they stun pretty quickly. I think I stunned the Malurs in about like 16 or so shots when I was testing out the stagger time last night. So
Mm.
you can kind of play it however you want. Honestly, you could be in your face unga bunga, or you can kind of play safe at a distance or mid range. I guess I would say not really a distance, but if you can't get in his face, you can kind of just lock him up and poke him down. So it's not bad in that regard.
I'm gonna do
I think it's
a
pretty strong.
I'm gonna do a support this game. I want to melee
Oh,
somebody
boy.
just to show. Well, I kind of want to test two things. I'm gonna see if it goes through the
Who's up?
shield.
Well, failed to execute never recommended out. Let me in.
Oh. Oh, I might not be the one that needs to host this game, actually, now that I think about it.
I can do it.
You said you're having modem problems, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Want me to do it, Gustav, or you got it?
I'll do it.
But I'm going to do a support,
You
because I'm
said
going to
you'll do
see
it?
if it'll go through a shield.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to do...
What quality bars are you at, Magnum?
I'm at 4.
You showed 4 for me.
Okay, you're good. Go 700 here.
But, yeah, I'm going to use the Malurs so I can hopefully block it with the shield or see how easy it goes past a shield. And then, so if somebody wants to explode and go Banzai next to me, and then...
Yeah, when I looked at the explosion damage last night, in the 700 room with the MLRS and the GPO1 at full health, they both had like about a quarter of their life missing when I got back in.
It looks like it's a flat true damage 5,000. So I just wanted to test that here. As far as on the O last night, it did hit for 5,000. Killed Gustav. He was just by himself.
Yeah, I will say
so.
The JP wiki says it's 5,000.
Okay. So yeah, I think it's a global 5,000, but I just wanted to test how well does it go through a
All right,
shield,
room's up.
and how well does it, does it also hit just 5,000 on a support? So go ahead and do the Malurs, and the next game I'll probably just hop in a raid with you guys and run around and stuff and things. But at that point, I'll put it on.
Okay.
I'll probably bring up Gustav's stream then. Show off the suit.
Magnum.
Magnum, no.
Maybe two are having issues connecting to each other. Magnum? Oh, okay.
Well.
Thank goodness.
I was like, oh no.
Okay, let me try to connect again.
Yeah, one more time, and if not, we can just have Emblem give it a shot.
And nobody will be able to connect.
Because I'm in here right now. See me in here?
I see you too.
It's not doing the thing though. Hold on.
Got to kick Magnum first.
Yeah, there it goes.
There it goes.
Okay. I guess we'll try Emblem hosting and.
Okay.
But it's got a shopping list of skills. I didn't notice it didn't have a dodge roll, but the very situational explosion though. But I think that's a pretty cool little thing with the Banzai thing. It's kind of gross in the right situation. There's a lot of times when you're a raid and you get mosh pitted on, and it's just like
Room's up.
boom, and then you're just like, get wrecked. I could see that being a thing.
Generals love to dogpile you as the raid, so there is real life benefit.
And yeah, having a true damage explosion is like that's a big I've been playing League of Legends, but Kog'Maw, right? He just does true damage explosion when he dies. He has to stick with you for a few seconds, so you got a chance to run away. But this just if you're getting meleeed to death, boom. So.
Yeah, like whatever raid or whatever general kills you is gonna be tasting the pain too. Assuming they downswing you or something.
Yeah, so that's really cool. I'm glad that they put that in some way. Oh,
Hey.
Go to play the video game.
Okay. Let me go ahead and pull it up on my end over here. But so yeah, where do we want to meet first, real quick, and we'll just have somebody stand in front of my shield and the other just shoot them in the back with the Vulcans and stuff to kill them.
Well, I guess we'll just meet out in the open by B.
Oh, I was like, where am I at? Oh wait, you're in a.
Hello.
Oh wait, do you not have it on this account?
No, it's on my other one.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Where's
All right,
where's
so Gustav is standing in front of your shield, and we're killing him.
yeah. Just where is
Okay.
Gustav?
Ow.
Where's Gustav at?
He's in front of you. Do you not see him?
No, he's.
I don't see him if that's the case.
Oh, okay,
Uh-oh.
okay.
Yeah, you guys aren't talking to each other too well.
Okay, so wait. Emblem, shoot where he's standing.
All right. Well, Gustav's gonna have to stop being a new type for a second. All right. So he
yeah.
is right there.
Okay, am I like inside of him?
Yes. Well, you were, but then he went too far. He's behind you.
Okay, where's my shield?
Oh, I hit it.
Tell me when my shield is facing. Yeah.
You're looking. He's behind you.
Wait, he's behind me? Okay, well, hang on.
Yes. Gustav moved.
Okay, Gustav,
Now
don't
you're
move.
behind him.
Okay, my shield's facing him?
Well, not directly. So, like, you're right here, right? Gustav is right here. I'm
Okay.
circling around Gustav.
Okay, so is my shield facing him? Am I close enough for my
Yes.
shield to be hit with the explosion?
Yeah, the shield is facing in his general direction.
Okay, Gustav, do not move and blow him up.
You mean like split gun? Ugh.
Hold on a second. I'm a support. It's going to take a second.
This might take a minute.
Do I need to move to my left?
No. Your shield's looking right at him.
I need
I
to
don't
be
know if it'll
close enough,
affect him.
though.
We might have to just like switch after this match.
No. I have no, I have no weapons.
Hey, Banzai!
Yeah, he blew up right next to you.
I didn't take any damage.
You sure didn't. Although, Gustav, you said it like you hit a shield when you were swinging around, right?
Yeah, like jabbed him.
Okay. So, yeah, this
makes
is,
things
by the
kinda
way,
difficult.
people at home, this is what's known as a true lag type. If you've ever been in a match and you see an invisible ace on your team or invisible ace on the enemy team, or, just see explosions, like, I guess he's shooting you. Did I hit him? I hit you.
No, you definitely hit me.
Am I hitting him at all?
No, he's not even near me.
Where's he at?
He's in that direction you're facing, kind of.
Yeah, shoot the ground near him.
To your left now. Okay, now he's kind of to your right.
Is he taking damage?
No, but you are shooting at him. He's on your left now.
Okay,
Yeah,
Gustav, stand
Gustav
still.
just swung through you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, so we can't hurt each other. That's funny. So, yeah, this is what's known as a
there he
true
is. He's
lag
right
type.
here.
No, he's to your right now.
Hey.
Ah, get away from me, ghost.
You two are like in the same area, kind of. You're moving away from. Oh, you're closer now. You're like right next to each other.
Oh,
There
One
he
of you just
is.
passed through the other.
I keep hitting him. Like I keep making contact where he's supposed to be.
That's funny.
Yeah, you're looking at him, Gustav. That's goofy. Well, what can you do? So I'm in a 2v1 essentially.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep, beating this man up.
Ow!
Get him, Magnum. Oh God, not
Oh.
me.
Get the shit out of here. Oh my god.
Ooh,
I probably just tackled through
no, I'm a support.
Oh, he took it.
you. Yoink!
Damn
Ghost
Could've just swung
yoink.
Magnum. It's like he can counter you.
I haven't seen this in a long time. This was on here the other day. My ace was invisible to me.
Nice.
So like the dude was like, "Protect me," and I'm like,
I can't see you, dude.
nobody probably
From
could see
what?
you, other than the enemy who could see you. But that's the funny thing is like sometimes when you're a true lag type, sometimes the entire enemy team can't see you. Sometimes only a couple people can't. Senpai will protect me, or Gustav will.
Oh yeah,
Whoa, whoa! There's some screen
definitely
tearing.
Gustav.
There's some screen tearing when you were
Oh,
swinging at him.
oh no.
Oh gosh, you're like both
Potato.
pushing together. Fuck. Are you guys so coordinated? You can't even see each other. Oh god.
I'm just assuming which way he's going based on the way you're looking. So. Doo-doo. Ah, no,
You don't have to
no,
worry about Gustav, Snake, and Magnum.
Oh,
no!
nice.
No!
There he is.
Nah, Magnum's dead.
Emblem, stay alive.
I'm trying, man.
Ah, fucking near the ground. Damn you.
No!
Madadril.
Where are you hiding, Gustav? I know
He's
I can't
behind
hit
the
you.
wall. He's headed to the left.
I can't
He's
hit
headed
him
to
though.
the left, Magnum, get him.
I can't. He's a ghost.
Shoot harder. Shoot harder.
Intensify harder. I know one
Not
way I
hitting
can
R2
affect
button
him.
hard enough.
If he's next to the missile in the middle, I can affect him.
All right, he's in front of you. He's in
Is
front of
that-
the blue box.
There's no damage happening to it. Unless
Oh,
if
damn,
there
I
is,
forgot.
It's not like registering on my end. Oh,
You know the funny thing though is like this is obnoxious. Okay, well, I think what we'll have to
My
do
shield.
is we'll have to have like you on your other account. That way, since you have it, okay, gear.
This is a 2v1. Screw you.
oh,
No,
class.
Oh god. Oh god. Double dodge roll. Get me out of here.
no,
Oh no, the explosion.
Yes! I
The
got him.
missile got me, and Gustav was following up. Both of you are dirty.
Oh my gosh.
Literal bullying.
Oh man. What is this?
So
This game,
scuffed.
ladies and
What the
gentlemen.
fuck?
Oh
I like that
man.
1v1 you had with Emblem the other day, Magnum / Gustav. What?
Oh, what?
Yeah, this 1v1 right now.
Oh, he's
1v1
hitting
me.
it. Are you behind me?
Ow.
No, I spawned in the middle.
No, not you. him.
Yeah, I was.
Oh no, he's in
'Cause
front of you on the bridge.
I saw the contact stuff. No, because I saw him wish over because I saw the contact on the shot. I was like, oh, he's still up here. Aha.
Bullies, the whole lot of you.
Bully.
Does it show Gustav in your player list, Magnum?
Yeah. He's in the game,
Hmm.
but he's not on my screen.
Just can't see.
So if they're not on your
Alright,
screen,
we need to reset some PlayStations.
yeah, I don't think we can actually like. I guess if it happens both ways, you can't interact with each other at all. But if it only happens one
Mhm.
way, I think you can interact with the other person.
All I can say is lag
Oh, wait a
type
minute, no.
powers are very
Actually,
tricky.
actually, no. That's how it works. If you can't see them, they can't hurt you. Wait, no, they still can hurt you.
Yeah, I can still
Okay.
hear you.
I guess we couldn't see each other.
Mhm.
Interesting. Because I know if you can see them and they fire in your general direction, it just happens to hit you, you still take damage.
That sounds like the normal game to me. But we might just need to just go over to suit then if you two are
I mean,
not talking to each other.
the
in
only
that regard.
way I could
let's
think
not
of.
make this longer than it has to be.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, true, true.
Yeah.
We got a lot to go through. But anyway, I'll go ahead and just bring up Gustav's stream, and then we can go ahead and talk about it. I don't know if you want to pull up the skills and weapons and stuff, and we'll just go through it.
I got it pulled up.
Bring.
you probably shouldn't do that.
Oh,
You're
load
just
up
gonna
your
have to-
stream.
You're just gonna have to go without this time. Your shit's too scuffed. Stop trying to do shit you can't do.
I don't think it'll break anything.
It's not worth finding out. You're in the middle of a stream.
There's only one way to find out, Magnum.
But yeah, go ahead.
Gustav is the voice of reason. I'll be chaos today. It'll be fine.
I just need to shrink you guys and put one on one shoulder, one on the other right now.
It's not worth. Your shit is scuffed. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Okay. But yeah, go ahead and go through the stats, I guess, and the percentages for like the Vulcans and stuff, and then we'll go ahead and kind of give our final thoughts because we do have the patch, like big buffs and nerf stuff to go through.
If you're not in a match, Gustav, do you want to do it since you had a suit pulled up?
I just switched accounts, but I can do it.
Oh, okay.
I can go
No,
back.
you're good. I've
Yeah,
got it.
don't worry about it.
So it's base 650. HP is 21,500. The ballistic defense is 26. Beam resist is 26. Melee resist is 30. The range modifier is 20. Melee modifier is 45. Movement speed is 140. Boosting speed is 235. It has 80 base thrust. Let's see. Turning speed on the ground is 78, 87 in space since it has specialization. Let's see. It has priority 3 on melee. Part slots are 22 for top, medium, or mid are 17, and long range bottom slots are 9. So it's combo controller 2, so it's 3 attacks. And it has higher than normal fall off. So the heavy attack is just full damage on each swing, but the saber does 100% on neutral or the first hit, 60% on the second hit, which is normally 50, and 36% on the third, which is normally 25. And it actually has normal. That's interesting. It actually has normal modifiers on the actual directions. So neutrals are 100, side swings are 75, and down swings are 130. But the heavy attack is 180% times 2.
Yeah, that's. Whew. Yeah, that heavy attack's gross. Like again, you can hit about 15k on a support ish, and then you go through shields, which is gross. And I mean, kind of, from what was commented in chat too, like the EXS or anything that doesn't have good melee defense, when you get to it with that, it's just like it doesn't matter what it is. You're just gonna
inflict
clap
pain.
it. Yeah. But
Everything shall die. Whoa.
Murder, death, kill. So the Zaku 3's custom beam rifle is actually pretty interesting. So base power is 2,500. It's ECAP, and it has 6 shots rather. It's 4.5 seconds between shots. Overheat return time is 18 seconds. It readies up in 0.77 seconds and has a range of 400. But I think the more interesting part is the stagger value. It has a 50% stagger build on it, which is pretty chunky for a beam.
pretty nice.
Beam Saber has a power of 2900 and readies up in half a second. And you can use heavy attack. The charge time is 3 seconds. Vulcans have a power of 90, and you have 60 bullets, and the stagger value is 6%. Which is not bad at all. That's a 17 hit stagger.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Is that equal to MLRS?
I think so. Yeah, 6, isn't it? Pretty sure.
Sounds about right.
It's close either way.
GP Wiki's right. GP Wiki's calling it the lumbar beam launcher. I'm sure it's the skirt beams. Its power is 1800. Heat rate is 95%. Range is 300. Stagger's really low on this, and it's 2 shots, so 2 separate beams or whatever. But it's 5% per beam. So if you hit with both, you're in 10. So you're definitely just using that for the just stun and not really to build. Hide bombs have a power of 600. You have 8 shots, half a second to ready up. The range is 50. You can use these while shooting. If you hold the button down, it just chunks them out, and they have a stagger value of 15% apiece.
Is it a quick, like, rapid fire?
Yeah, like, essentially think mine layer.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was gonna say, is it kind of like the Hama Hama? Only just you can just.
Nah, the Hama fires and burst. The mine layer is a good example.
Okay.
Which is kind of nice because you can like pattern them too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as far as the actual skills go, you get leg shock absorber, assault booster, high performance balancer, force injection, aerial control program, and that's level 2. Some of those are higher level 1, but I'm just doing the base name. AMBAC 2, continuous or melee combat controller 2. You have heavy attack. So you have biosensor. Talked about a little particulars on it. So when it activates at 30%, or never mind. I saw 40, but they were talking about the damage reduction. So it activates at 30% life, but you get 5% more damage in your melee. You get reduced shooting damage by 40%. Your reaction is also reduced, so you don't stagger like normal. And you get that 5,000 damage whenever you blow up next to somebody.
Yeah,
and that is not mitigated by defenses, apparently.
Yeah, so it's true damage. Sadly, we didn't get to test if it goes through a shield, but that'd be cool.
Which is why it's gross.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess, final thoughts on the suit? We want to just go ahead and do that? We want to hop into the patch notes?
I think it's really good.
Yes, I could probably just pull up the video. Well, I mean, I guess that's in base camp. But I could probably run...
Just for the rest of the skills, it has Maneuver Armor 2, Explosion, Anti-Blast Stabilizer, Leg Cushioning 1 for the legs, Cushioning 2 for the right shoulder armor, and the back has Cushioning level 1. And it has Damage Control level 1 as well.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty tanky too. It's kind of nice.
It looks good. I think it's a good alternative to the Shard DJ, depending on what you want to do.
It's kind of interesting that it's another one of those that it... Because does the DJ have... It has double dodge roll when it gets to low health, right? Or is it just...
I believe so.
One dodge. Does
it
have
should
one?
2, right? Because of biosensor?
Yeah, because I think it has none to start with, and then it has 2, I think. Does it have 1 to start with, and then it goes to 2?
Yeah, I believe that is the case.
Mm-hmm. Completely gone from the suit. None at all.
But yeah, the amount of damage that you can, I really think this is kind of the more balanced kind of version, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely more, you have to do the melee more than just, yeet Sturmfaust from a mile away and laugh. But
For the
Yeet
CA,
profit.
it
Those
feels like
Stormfrosts are
that's
so
pretty
good,
much
though.
where all of your damage is. So like everything else is holding them still, but it's not doing a lot. So if
That
you really are,
Stormfaust is definitely to profit for sure.
yeah,
oh,
everything else is just kind of famine unless you have that to lead up with.
you do gain shock dampener as well in biosensor.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty gross. So really, I guess the biggest enemy to this thing would be something like the Tristan. Tristan's finally got a big use. Go! I mean, it's already had a raid use, but
I
I
would
mean,
say, yeah,
this
Tristan's
is
pretty good against
like,
the Doberman
Yeah,
Wolf too.
I mean, like I was saying earlier too, like EXS Dovins, as long as they can keep that distance, are pretty much gonna wreck this thing.
but yeah, that's kind of nice. The Tristan slowly is getting buffed just because of the new suits that are coming out.
Just have all this circumstantial shit.
I mean, overall, so I guess final thoughts. Do we want to go around? Then we'll just hop into the patch notes.
It's good. I feel like it's definitely going to be one of those ones where, like, because several people, including myself, when we were talking about it, just kept having me run back on the fact that it had no fucking roll. They're like, oof. So it's got a lot of kit. It's definitely going to be able to put in work. Much like anything that has raid life, the second that you reflexively tackle and either don't get a counter or like hold someone still and can't follow up, or if you just boost too much and like lose your shit, you're pretty much just gonna die because you just become a big target.
Taste the pain.
At the very least, if they're stupid enough and they don't realize it yet, you might take them with you if they are like last bit of health from the explosion of your suit. But you probably don't want to have to rely on that. So
Yeah, I'm curious to see if people just start playing around it. How many people can actually use it? Well, not really something you're going to use as much as it's going to be just like you
I
hope
feel like
jump in
people
and
are
hope people
gonna
just do
end
dumb
up in a
stuff.
really EXS heavy game or like a really good pseudo support heavy game, and they're just gonna be like, "This thing sucks," and like not touch it ever again.
Yeah. Well, and then the other
So
thing
is the
without
EXS a hard counter to it because it just has a lot of range damage at a distance? Like,
Essentially, just the heavy stagger on the cannon that you can follow up with shoulders, transformations, and stuff like that. Like, it's just consistently either on the move or blasting its shit out. And not only that, but like it just leaves a lot of openings for other suits that have a fair amount of just like range, because that's pretty much all 650 is, unless you're like a heavy bunga suit, is just beam barf everywhere.
Well, and then the other thing too, like it's kind of the same problem that the supports have that have the low health, like the HML and stuff. Like the good news for supports is a lot of times you're fighting a general, and a general will not be able to finish their plate before you're done. If you're fighting another support, it's kind of half and half, and then the well, in this case for raids, like they'll pop you, if you're a support, like the Gate Monk, for instance. Normally you're popped before you actually get to use your biosensor if they play it right. So in this case, it's just the same problem. Only now there's the majority of the enemy team can do the same thing that the one raid will do to you as a support. So that's kind of the only problem I see with having the low health stuff. So you kind of have to take advantage of just popping a support as soon as possible. And the biosensor is a bonus, but if you're knocked down, they're gonna pop you before you can stand back up, or they should be able to anyway. Because it doesn't, you're not hitting crazy amounts of health. So that's kind of my only issue with it, with the whole biosensor thing on a raid. To get its gimmicky stuff out to protect it. That's why I say it seems more balanced because people that know suits a bit more will be able to knock it over and then pop it while it's on the ground.
Balanced in a game that is not balanced at all. And also is about to have a lot of very unbalanced suits potentially be introduced with the anniversary.
I don't think the suits. I think the suits above is like very out of balance. Like the only downside is the dodge roll, but I personally want to say it's balanced just with how strong his kit is. I think it's above average.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, it's up there. It's good enough, but yeah, it's definitely on the weaker side of the good raids that we have at 650 for sure.
You think so? I think it's like
I don't think it's gonna
comparable, if not
replace the
under
CA
the
at all.
CA. That's because the CA can delete things from across the map.
Well, yeah.
And
No,
also,
it's
like,
definitely
has the
under
rest
the
of his
CA.
kit. Like,
Yeah,
some of it's a little family, but like because it has all that boost and it can close in and just slap your shit, like it can also, reset pretty easy. And the body buffers that it has, just considering the size of them, on top of having the biosensor for other things, in general, it just feels like it still has more utility, even when you don't regard the roll or whatever. Which is still stupid that suit can do it, considering its size and shape. But I feel like the second that people realize that the explosion does damage, people are just gonna move away from it. The only people that are gonna really get punished by that are people who blew their boost to get in to finish you. But they were gonna get done in anyway, because they were gonna get heavy staggered and probably chewed up by whoever was left. So it's really neither here nor there.
yeah. I think that's really just going to impact the O players.
Yeah. Who need to
So-
use all that boost to scoot towards you, yeah.
Well, just by the time you're dead, they're going to be in the middle of their triple hitting downswing, and they won't be able to get out
As
of the
long as-
explosion.
Well, as
But,
long
like,
as
Cancel
they,
for
it.
everybody else,
if you have your what I was doing though afterwards after finding out it does that much damage, what I've done now is if I downswing, so I'll like shoot, smack, and then get them low enough, and then finally knock them down, pull back, and then do 1, 2, 3 dodge roll, and then I'm safe. And there's nothing their explosion will do. So like, once people know it's there and are paying attention, then as long as you can dodge roll out of it, then you're just either boost out of it or just dodge roll to make sure. Because I'm not gonna leave it to lag chance. So I'll waste that boost.
I think the other situation that you could do is if you really know that you're on the verge, you could just how if you tackle and try to counter, if you don't have enough health, you'll just explode. There's a chance for that. So you can just tackle, run into the bullets, and if there are people close to you when you do it, they'll like catch that damage pretty much guaranteed because they're not getting frames. That sounds very specific. I'm sure there are going to be people who go out of their way to figure that out.
What is it?
So when you explode because you don't have enough health because you can't counter when you like tackle into people, when you still take the damage and shit.
Oh yeah.
Like,
huh.
That's pretty much just you jamming your body like into them, so they catch that damage.
They probably will, given lag is a problem. If I had to guess.
right?
But
I think in our case though, that'll mean is like when you explode, they'll be right next to you and not take any damage, and you'll be like two like long beam saber links away, and you'll get knee staggered and take 5k.
I mean, well, that was a good point. Most of the time, people just try to avoid the explosion anyway, unless they're really confident they have the explosion resistance, whatever that skill's called. That every raid pretty much should have.
Even though they don't. Oh god.
Well, raid mains can all rejoice because I was already good at blowing up and suiciding my suit, so this is perfect for me.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I mean, this pretty much is up Maniac's alley. He's already one to yeet into certain death as it is, so now he actually has more purpose when he dies.
Well, here, real quick. you know, we were talking about what suits, you know, are best as far as raids go. How would you rank them right now? Like as far as what's the best raid to kind of where this would fall in at?
Just like for high cost in general.
Yeah. Like at 650, I mean, for instance, I've already kind of typed mine out. So I've got the Char Dija is number 1. Number 2, Mark II Cubalay or Rick Dom 2. Personally, for me, I have to do Mark II Cubalay and then Rick Dom 2 after that. Then probably the Mark 5 and then this thing. I don't know if I'm
This
missing
thing's
any
way better
raids.
than a Mark V.
Yeah,
Nah,
okay. Yeah, no. No,
I really
I'd
want
have to
that
do
Mark
this.
5.
Yeah. Yeah, this would be Mark 5. Yeah, Rick Dom 2 then then the Mark 5.
Because like when you're trying to boost in for that, if the was it? If the incoms don't catch you because they just have a higher stun threshold than the ones on the Dovin, then the minute that you land, because you can't do much else, you're just gonna get shot by the rifle. And then just get bowled over. Not to mention the shield doesn't stun the thing when you actually blow it out, and it actually has a decent amount of health on it anyway.
The downside is it's so
Like
big, it's so easy to stun.
the one issue that the Mark V has, you're resolving by closing in. And it's that it kind of has a hard time getting on top of people. They're both similar suits in that regard. So in a duel, it kind of becomes problematic unless you really have that either that heavy hit ready and you just outmaneuver them because of that size. Maybe you outturn them or whatever. But outside of that, just like the approach is still going to be rough.
Yeah, and I think for me, like, I feel like it's a weird top trifecta between the Dija, the Cubalay, and the whatever new suits, the Zaku 3. Just because like the Shardija and the Cubalay both have their big hitting heavy attacks, so they have like the high burst there,
Yeah.
and technically you have it with the Zaku 3 as well, but it's in the form of a heavy attack, which is a little bit more situational. But you kind of trade off your quick access burst for like a little bit of diversity. So I mean that like in that regard, in regards to the kit, it makes it a little bit closer to the Shards Dija. Because like the Cubalay has options too, but it's 2 stuns. It only has like, you know, the instant stun in the form of the wrist beam, kind of an instant stun with the surround beams, and you have to hit with enough of them to break maneuver or to break stun threshold, and you had to rush down, which is similar to the Vulcans. So I don't know. They all kind of have like, it's kind of like they're like just spread differently to me, but they have like a kind of a same, kind of like a same kind of feel, and obviously because they're all raids and they fill the same role. But like the Dija is just a little bit better at a range. The where the other two kind of fall into that mid to close range category a little bit better, and they're kind of more comparable in my eyes because of that. But the Cubalay, once you get up close, in my opinion, excels in melee combat because it has the 3-prong. So you have that burst damage and a solid secondary melee weapon, which the Zaku 3 does not have. And that's kind of where like the other trade-off comes from, because then you have like biosensor and those other like defensive abilities, where the Cubalay only has 1 in the shoulders that got nerfed, or they actually might have been nerfed. I think the Mark II still has level 3 or whatever. But it's, I don't know. It's like the parts are moved around. Like Zaku 3 is kind of like the middle ground. The range boys like the CA, and the Unga Bunga boys like the Mark II. And the Zaku 3 is like the best of both worlds. It meets in the middle, and like the only gimmick or loss I would probably say is just the fact that like its role is locked behind a superpower, which brings it more along the line, more in line with the CA. That's my take on it. And then you would have like the Ricardo 2.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. And Blaze mentioned it too. RD2 at the bottom. The heavy stagger was novel in the beginning, but literally it's just a Rick Diaz with goofy ass swings and not a whole lot of utility outside of that. So does a lot of damage. Still a little bit too basic compared to everything else.
I can feel you there. Outside of the rush down to Vulcans, everything else is pretty fair. So I can understand that. That seems like a pretty reasonable take to me.
With the heavy and it also piercing, that's one reason why I like it. Like, that is kind of gross. But
I mean, you gotta have a lot of you gotta have a lot of balls to try to take on multiple opponents, though. Like, you getting two people stuck and closing in on like both of them means that when they both get iframes, you're pretty much gonna get messed up unless you killed one of them.
I'm talking about retreating from, like, get me out of here, the generals are coming, run. So then it's like, boom, haha, see ya, I'm out. Kind of the same thing, only, you know, C1 things. I don't know. That's kind of why I place it a bit higher. Just being able to escape after you've taken out the support, because you don't have to overheat it. And then you use that as an escape. So that's typically what I do with it. But yeah, still a good suit. Still a good one that if you like, it's not gonna be one that if you decide to main that is, you know, too far out of the way. I mean, even look, I would say like one of the weaker ones at this point would be the A1, and you know, or we have the what is it, the Gabera Tetra, which we now have a 700 one too. Oof.
Hey,
Christ.
So yeah. So, but let's see. Guess we can go ahead and get into the patch notes though, because we got a lot of buffs and nerfs to cover when we get to that section. So, but yeah, definitely cool. I was really curious to see what they were going to do with this suit. I'm glad they added the Banzai. Did not expect that.
I feel like we talked about that early on too when we were thinking about that suit, and it was like, damn, they went full on.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed actually. Like, definitely did a lot more than I expected. I just expected a raid version, and that was it. Like maybe the heavy charged attack thing, and that's it. But yeah, they actually went further. But the what they have next for the cosmetics is you get the rose, which I don't think we have the rose 5 yet. So I think that's a new rose that you can get.
I thought it was about the same color, but I didn't really pay attention to them. So
It's
I guess
finally relevant again. Yay!
Yeah, so we had like what, pink, black, what other
Blue,
roses?
I think.
Yeah.
Had there been more than 2 colors? Damn, I'm not paying attention to those things.
Yeah,
they shovel them in all the time.
Yeah, I think the gold one's the new one. So pretty cool. Please do more cosmetics, please. Why? But anyway.
More than literally a fucking flower. I get that it makes sense right now, but like, come on now.
Then we got well, I guess we can cover that banner here in a second, unless okay, yeah, we'll cover that next. So, then we have a half off banner. That is the only thing I did for spins. Again, half offs help pretty well, especially if you need tickets like I do right now, because I still can't get the Zero Shiki. And I'm also expecting the Palace Athene to hit the ticket shop soon-ish. So, yeah. Half offs are good. Other than that, personally, Savior, this is bait. All these step ups, having 4 step ups on this, that's bait. And the next one we're going to talk about is super bait, I think. What do you guys think on that?
Yeah, I think it's Zaku 3 if you want to get a new raid is worth rolling on, but everything else is 1000% bait.
Actually, something that we didn't mention too is that specifically, or maybe we didn't, I just didn't realize, but this only has 1 level.
Oh yeah,
There's no 700
Right, yeah.
version of this suit. So it is pretty baity because you're not spending on potentially 2 different versions of it.
Yeah, you're not even getting into the new cost.
Yeah, we just kind of said it, I think, just once. I mean, like, yep, that sucks. But yeah, really though, like, then this next banner is for the 700 cost suits, and this is where it's like, why, since we have 700 costs now, why not add this? So we have the EXS level 2, the GPO1, the GPO2, and this is just the normal GPO1, the GBO2 Beam Bazooka, and the MLRS, the GPO3 Stamen, the Gabera Tetra, and the Zommel has a 700 cost. I kind of want it to meme with now.
Meta-relevant suits.
Meta-relevant suits, oh my gosh. Oh, dude. Again, though, this
Totally
is...
viable. What do you mean?
This is stated to be part 1, though. So I'm guessing we're going to get one of these each week where we get something big as, you know, the EXS in the middle of them. So we might have like the Jubilee or the O or something next week, I'm guessing. And then, you know, they'll probably just fill in all that stuff as we go up until anniversary. So they have... Okay, yeah, so here's where it says it. So the... Yeah, literally the next 4 weeks, we're going to have some kind of drop like this, and they're going to have this kind of banner. And again, personally, I think it's a bait. I say save your tokens. It's 120 tokens to get a guaranteed EXS level 2, which is the most relevant suit out of the 700s right now. But, you know, you're probably only going to have one or want one on a team anyway. So... I mean, it's kind of like when the EXS came out, that week was just kind of pain for games because you just had a bunch of people flying around shooting beams from afar and not being able to answer in front line as much as they should have been able to.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you guys think about this step up?
Sucks. It's bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. The suits aren't that special. Like the EXS guarantee is kind of cool, but I don't think it's worth going in on or anything.
Like
Yeah,
there will probably
120
be something
tokens?
similar once the anniversary
From
hits
Char's
anyway.
counterattack, right?
Yeah, and they're going to be 700, and at that point, those are going to probably just blow through any of these suits that they're giving another level to. So yeah, don't do it. It's a trap. Save your tokens.
It's a trap.
They're just trying to get people to spend their tokens because, like, you know, they're probably going to have, again, for anniversary.
Okay, let's not get too tin hatty about it, but like, yeah, it's just not worth it right now.
The government's trying to take all of our tokens.
Tokens!
Hold.
Tokens!
Hodl.
Hold!
Everyone hodl.
Hodl!
Don't let the battle operation trust funds get a
Oh
win. We
my
gotta keep
Like
hodling.
every time I hear people talk about that's how they get you in gotchas, like y'all are dumb. Like you realize they already got you because you're playing. Like they don't have to do anything else.
But I mean, I don't know. They do bait banners though, and they come out with stuff that they want people to spend their money on before they come out with the next big thing.
We got our whales. We got pretty solid like content creators that do this shit every week.
Yeah, there are people who whale pretty hard. That is true. But let's see. Well, I mean, we got they'll probably have a banner where they come out with 2 suits that you have to get for a guarantee, which last year was pretty disappointing with the BSTs, and then they got good after the buff.
They got better.
So I'm pretty
I
much
will
going to
say
be
though,
saving
the
for
one
that
good thing
banner.
about the new banner that's out is that you get at least 2 guaranteed 700 suits. So at the very least, if you go through all the steps, you can play a suit that's on cost for the new cost. That's good.
Yeah, because put it this way, like I did the other step up just because I was already gonna roll on the custom, but like goddamn, I have no 700 suits yet. Like I got a bunch of other like level boosted ones, but not ones that went that high. At the same time, because we only have a 650 for the custom, I haven't seen a 700 room in rated yet. That's not to say that there isn't one, but I haven't seen one yet.
Yeah, the only one I saw was the first right after the patch. They had one, but that was it. So
I think they're trying to stagger it out a little bit until they get more stuff during the anniversary.
yeah,
So I
like
don't think they're gonna be too eager quite yet.
well, and then too, like right now, the only thing that's worth anything at that cost is the EXS.
Unless you want that 700 Zommel.
I mean, hey, I'd actually meme with that right now. I think the 700 Zommel actually has something going for it because it finally has so many stats, like with the benefits of like fully upgrading that thing, you pretty much can hit like 100% damage increase for range damage and like almost have max. You can either do melee, getting that up quite a bit, or you can have pretty much max beam and ballistic resist.
Nah, it's just a health pinata. Because it
Yeah,
can go up to like 30k. But heavy swings are still gonna melt it. Forks are still gonna decimate it. Most things don't even have to close into it to kill it now at
yeah,
that
right.
cost range. It's just gonna die.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it's still kind of crazy how statted the Zomo is.
Like I don't want people getting the wrong idea about these things. Do not play it unless you just don't want to have fun or unless you know you're going in clown shoes.
Oh
I
yeah,
do hate fun.
I am definitely, when I'm saying this that I would play it, I am definitely memeing and expecting to lose, but it's going to be hilarious if I win. That's a big if. But yeah.
You got this.
But anyway, the other thing. There's that. We got that. So I'm curious to see what the next. So again, we got 4 of these. So the next 4 weeks we'll have them. So actually, wait. Oh, I guess we have 5 of these. So there's 5 of these coming up. Because it says number 1 here scheduled for 7/1, and then 7/8, 7/15, and then 7/21, which 7/21 should be the anniversary event beginning.
It's the whole month though, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, because
Well,
they said the celebration and the thing was the whole month.
okay, so here let me check that because I was just understanding that this was just the 700 cost celebration, not anniversary celebration.
Oh well, I don't think it's anniversary yet. They would like make post about that,
Yeah,
right?
we'd have like
Maybe it'll
10.
lead into anniversary.
Yeah, that's what I was understanding it as. GBO2 will celebrate it anniversary in July 2021. We plan on releasing a new mobile suit with a 700 cost. We will start the introduction or to introduce mobile suits with 700 cost in upcoming update. Okay, so yeah, it's leading up to the anniversary. I guess on the 21st. This is what.
So I had a custom just like walk away or die next to me, and I kind of just like hovered back and got out of the attack.
It's just like
Yeah, I just like
floated out
casually
of it.
backed up or moved forward, and I was just like, oh, not getting hit by that, I guess.
Yeah, it is pretty tight because I think it just envelops the original explosion. I don't know if it goes too much further. Did you see it?
It seems like it's a little bigger. It's just a shockwave, but as to what that means or if it's just cosmetic, that's a good question.
Hmm.
I'm assuming it has to be the field of effect.
I think it sounds dead.
Let's see. We got a new rank as well, so they did this before this time with Lieutenant Colonel now, so we can go up to
Nice.
that. That's a lot of games. So after my first game, it was like, you are now ready for promotion, which was nice
Yeah.
that we didn't have to level up once, then get ready for promotion. So if you make it to A rank, you get 7 tokens. Then you get 60 golden tickets for, I think it's 40 wins, or it's like 32 rival wins, and then whichever the other one is 130 recycle tickets. But that's the 32 rival wins and 100 wins, or 100 wins, 40 wins. Then I forget what the DP one is for. Oh, that's just getting the XP to level up. And then
Right.
I'm forget what the other one is, but that's kind of the more important stuff, the recycle tickets and the tokens. So pretty cool. Always nice to level up and get that bonus a little bit. I was kind of hoping for more tokens. I don't know why I felt like there was more tokens when they put in major, but yeah. Also with that, I'll go ahead and skip down. When you get that new rank, you'll be able to buy the stuff that they put in for high ranking stuff in the DP store, which is the Dija SER level 1, the Faz level 1, and the Zeta Plus Type A1 level 1 for 500,000 DP,
Woo!
which means I'm not
That's
buying the SER.
expensive.
Yeah, like, forget
I
that.
mean, I'm buying it because I have the money, but
I mean, I got 2.5 mil right now, and like, I just mentioned that, and
I have no Sarah yet.
yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I could go through that in like 5 seconds if I just bought stuff that I halfway need out of the DP store, and then not to
You're
mention the
not gonna
modification
though.
kits.
I feel like there's so many people that sit on like millions of DPs. Like, I'm gonna spend it. I haven't spent it at all. Like more than half of the collection's still in there.
I'm
It's just
holding
like
mine.
I
it's
mean,
fake currency. Just fucking spend it. You can't get it any other way. That time was already spent on other shit anyway. You have no reason to hold on to it unless you're really actually going to sit in a hangar and use that shit. Spoiler alert, most people don't do that either.
well, I mean, every time I get a suit that I really want to upgrade, especially this anniversary event, I'm expecting. The reason why I'm holding on my DP is last anniversary event they had a 2 times XP hanger thing. So I just went through all my DP upgrading things, and I ran out of DP, and I couldn't finish upgrading what I wanted to.
Yeah,
So
that's kind
that's
of
why
what
I've
I'm
been
waiting for
saving.
too.
Yeah, I've been saving all this time for that. And and then also when they come out with limited suits, normally the level 2 stuff is in the DP store for like 300, 400,000 per weapon anyway. So there goes like 1,000,000 in 2 seconds. So I don't know. That's why I keep at least 2 million right now, at the very least. And I'm just going to be saving till anniversary since it's so close now. Because
Yeah,
I want to
I
upgrade.
think your take on it's a tiny bit extreme. Like I get it. There are definitely people who hoard it for no reason. But I think there are a few things that are worth like unless you're just like trying to buy all the suits or something. Like if you see a suit in the DP store that you want, you should definitely buy it. Don't hold your DP for that. But they do have the bonus events where if you're not like jonesing to get it right away, I don't think it hurts to wait until that stuff comes out.
Yeah, the SER I don't necessarily need. Now, if somebody requests it, I might just buy it. But that's about the only reason why I'm going to get it right now. After they show they're going to make it cheaper once they put it in the ticket shop, I'm like, I don't have to have that suit. It doesn't have a dodge roll. This is going to be a little weird. I don't know. Maybe I find out that I really want that suit. But yeah. Um, let's see. We'll save the buffs and nerfs for last here. Here's a big thing. The respawn times have been shortened. So 1 second less at 400 and 450 2 seconds at 500, 3 seconds less at 550, 4 at 600, 4 as well at 650, and now 700 will be 19 seconds. And to compare, at 650, that was 22 seconds prior to this. So it's going to feel better than 650 playing 700 suits. So yeah, pretty hype.
Pretty considerable.
Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
considering like, okay guys, we're safe. They've got like 30 seconds. We just downed them. There's like 40 seconds of the game. We're good. Just stay alive. Go
Yeah, like
hide in
full
the
wipe
tunnel.
doesn't mean shit anymore.
Yeah.
Too bad you still lose when your team doesn't know how to like hold off their spawn, you know, for like any
Well,
point in time. But
some of that's also
definitely
like
helps.
spacing, right? Like the
Yeah.
person who dies first literally gets yeeted out, and the game just kind of
Mhm.
like gambare, and they're like, oh shit.
Good luck, loser.
Let's see. Okay, so the mix-up is the next thing. Actually, wait, real quick. On the respawn time, do you think this is going to be like a big change? Do you think it'll mix up some like clan rank stuff?
It means that the average is probably going to be higher
Oh yeah.
for the scores. Now, whether or not the point system is going to get bumped up as a result, we don't know. In fact, was there any news about clan match stuff at all in this?
I don't think they mentioned
Nothing
anything.
that was highlighted.
So yeah, I guess in some cases, especially if they're just games that are wipes are gonna just stay wipes. But other than that, like maybe there'll just be more people getting max scores faster. It's a possibility.
Probably.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Scores will be higher. People can stagger spawn quicker.
Mm-hmm. I guess the question with that is whether or not they also change the amount of time taken between when they force you to spawn, or if that's something that they might do in the future because the spawn timers are shorter now.
That could be a thing. I don't think they will
But
because
that's all future speculation-y stuff, because that I don't think that's really been included at all.
I mean, if you really need to, you just spawn as a pilot and then just wait till your team can
Right.
spawn. So I don't see them changing that number at all.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the next thing we have is mix up. Got a change and actually got buffed for AB rooms. So if you have 700 suits, I don't know what the cost is for that, the like actual number that you lose from your score when your suit explodes. But for 650, they bumped it up to 2180, and now they only bumped it up, so they almost doubled it. Whereas the score only went up by 4,000 from in a 6v6, that is, and even 4,000 at a 5v5. So before you would have to have an entire team wipe, and if you had assists, that made it faster. But if you didn't have too many assists, then you have to take down, I think, 2 or 3, maybe even 4, with like almost no assist going on. Now it's like just 2 mobile suits, so 2 people just spawn back in, and since they spawn faster, there you go, easy game. AB rooms got buffed. I was afraid they were nerfing them when I first saw it, and then I was like, wait a minute, they almost doubled the cost. So I have a bad feeling we're gonna see a lot of 100 cost in like actual mix up in the quick match thing. We're gonna see a bunch of 100 cost suits again because they didn't change. They're still at 200, whereas anything that's 650 is taking almost double away now. So get ready for all those 100 trainers
Oh
and
boy.
Zaku cannons. So we're gonna have that problem.
I'm
again.
assuming they'd need at least a couple higher end suits just to wipe through them faster. But yeah.
Well, I mean, at that, yeah, I guess it'll come down to, can they destroy enough 100 suits to make up for when that 1 or 2 650 suits
Double
explode.
score
Yeah.
suit blows up. Yeah.
So that's the big deal. I mean, that
It
was the
makes it
problem
more
to begin with.
viable to play lower cost stuff for sure. Because after they changed the stats or whatever, like per death, it became irrelevant to play low cost suits again. So
Yeah.
they're probably just trying to figure out how to make it work so it can actually be like diverse.
Mm-hmm. There's a very good chance that if people figure out what we were just talking about, like in regards to actual regular mix-up matches, that they'll probably either change it back or like do another adjustment.
Right.
But the funny thing is that the timer thing is separate from that, so technically it still has been buffed. So that aspect will still remain.
Yep. Then the premium login bonus. They're really trying to get people to spend more money at the beginning of the month. Now we can get up to 8 Hangar slots. If you get all, but you have to have the premium medal for 7 days, and on the 7th day you get a Hangar expansion bay, and you can put another suit in to upgrade them faster. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So you can get up to 8, and then they have there was another thing that was supposed to be here. Well, here, let's go ahead and talk about the other suits, and then we'll, because again, I think they're really pushing. So if you don't have a Cubile, the first section, the first part of the month will be the Cubile level 1. The second part of the month will be the double Zeta level 1, and the third part of the month will be the Jarja level 1. So yeah, that's pretty stacked premium stuff, especially being the potentially free suit being a Jarja, which is really nice. So at least by the end of the month, that would be pretty cool to get. But yeah, Cubile, pretty big deal. There's probably a lot of people who are going to wail as soon as the month changes over for that. But yeah, what do you think about this premium metal push?
It's cool.
I think it's a good addition. They needed something to incentivize wells, so I think it's long overdue.
Because like initially the bigger hook was just occasionally a suit each month, right? Some of them were kind of underwhelming, or it was weird that they were being included at all. So getting some other stuff in there to incentivize people is fine. Because they're already pouring down a bunch of money to get to that point, so they might as well get more out of it, especially if they're doing it for the early stuff.
Yeah, especially how much it costs if you're going to do it that first week.
For real.
Because
How
that's
much
the
is
bigger
that for
thing
just buying
about this
tokens?
is just like you're buying so much compared to like other services that just give you subscriptions for the same kind of thing.
Depending on
So
how many,
technically, this system is actually worst.
yeah. Well, depending on how many tokens you already have and how many spins you're going to do, it's about $150 to $200 probably on average to get the premium on the first go around. Especially if you're going to get that Hangar bonus. Or, probably about 100. I think what was it? I think if you like no life for 2 days in A B rooms in both space and in ground, just so you can like get your 100 games in or whatever, and all the wins. And then if you did most of your rival wins, so that you can get all the stuff out of the way, I think it was still like about $100 that you would have to spend at least. But if you didn't want to
Oh.
no life for a couple of days, you're talking 150, 200-ish. So that's a pretty big ask. Just to get this for that first segment, if you're going to go for the plus Hangar Bay slot that they have. see. Then we got the stealth indicator. So if you pop smoke, or if you're playing a stealth suit, whenever you have stealth up, you now have a thing that says you're in stealth. That's above your health bar. So that's pretty nice. I just wonder if there's a lot of people who I wonder really how many people who didn't know they were stealthed in certain suits. Like for like the pixie and stuff.
Oh, like people who just don't look at their skills or whatever.
Yeah. Check your skills, by the way. Check your skills. Check your skills.
I guess it's a possibility. Like people who don't really go too in depth and they're like, "Oh, this suit's kind of cool," and they just go in there or like think that it sucks in general just because it's like it literally has some raggedy ass machine gun and some sabers, whatever. I feel like it gets so dunked on with the knowledge of it being a stealth suit that it hardly matters.
Well, I mean, too, it's one of those things. Like even there's A+ people who don't know how ace matches work. So
Mm-hmm.
it could be that kind of thing too. They just don't check the skills. They don't play it, or they don't pay attention to certain things. They're just good at what they do, and then they're like, "What's this suit?" So there are probably those people out there for sure. But the ace thing though is definitely a lot more common than you would think.
The interesting thing is that I think some of that comes from the idea that there's just a general stigma against ace match in the first place. Like people just don't want to deal with that kind of shit. So normally they go basic or like try to go simple if they're doing quick matches. Or they just play like the rules for ace don't exist. So some of it's because they don't know. Others is because they think it's a waste of a slot and just kind of don't want it there. So they just ignore the whole thing.
But yeah, emblem. Do you think the stealth thing will kind of help out a little bit for knowing when you're off somebody's radar, as far as
It should. I mean, adding an indicator to it, there already kind of was one, but making it more obvious will probably help out for sure. Because unless it lasted longer than what the indicator said, people may not have known.
Well, I mean, even like if you're in like a desert goo or something that doesn't have the smoke, where you get a defense up, like, or even an ag guy or act guy or something like that. That
Oh yeah, that'll be nice.
yeah, once you
Yeah,
shoot,
I
you'll
honestly wasn't even thinking about that. That should help.
yeah, like as soon as we talked about that yesterday, like afterwards, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Other normal stealth suits that don't pop smoke to gain it, they don't have a buff.
Now they'll just know.
Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that should be good.
I
That'll
was
definitely help
thinking
people know whenever they
in
don't have it.
context of that when we were like initially talking about it. I figured we were just talking about it in terms of those suits to begin with. So that's interesting.
Yeah, that's the big example they show, so I'm hoping it's on everything. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
stealth and smokescreen. There you go, cool.
Well, it's like when they were showing that thing above, what is it, Katarina's head for one of the events, and we are like, oh wow, they actually have like in-game indicators for things. Oh, like such a simple thing that should have just been there all the time, and hopefully they just implement it more in game. Because I remember there was some other stuff. What was it, like resist versus stun and shit like that? They didn't have those for a long time, and then that started to show too.
Mhm.
And I guess it's just the idea of like how cinematic they want it to be versus how much feedback they think is necessary on the fly. Because I don't know, like M-Bond gets pretty cluttered with all the damage indicators and like the HUD and all that shit too. So maybe they're trying to like at least keep it a bit cleaner. But even so, they're not doing a good job of that.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's really nice that they're actually trying to improve like any clarity. Just speaking of the ace match stuff, put it like in bold letters that you get 3 times the score and the ace is worth 3 times, please? Instead of it being at
Yeah.
the
Just
bottom
put
of
like
probably
the,
times
help.
3 under the ace. Ace times 3.
yeah, like
That might
something,
help out. Yeah.
because it's so annoying that well, I mean, even though that like people don't know that the ace gets 3 times the score as well for getting kills too,
Mhm.
which is the most annoying part. And it, it's in the tips at the bottom of the screen, right next to
They're super tiny.
did you
and
know that
gotta
so and
scroll
so
to
likes
'em.
chocolate as well?
Mm-mm.
Best pro tip.
But Magnum characters. The character.
Just read.
I wanna. Not to mention,
But the
like
premium
the
login bonus.
the initial descriptions that you get when you're a new player, like people just pound through anyway.
Yeah. Once I think a lot of times too, once they see some of it's awkward translated, they're just like, "Nope, I'm out. Let's just go."
English, it
Well,
don't matter. Bye.
It's kind of funny because I was kind of talking about this a little bit at work because I mentioned that I was, they know I stream and they're like, "What are you doing tonight?" I was like, "Oh, we have the podcast." It's like, "Oh, you're on a podcast? What do you do?" I was like, "Oh, we just talk about like more of the finer points of the game that I stream a lot when we play." And they were like, "Oh, do a lot of people come to see?" I'm like, "No, absolutely not." And it's kind of the same thing. I told them like, people want to see the game, or do they want to hear the more technical side of it? Even though it's unfortunate because the technical parts is what helps you also get better. And it's kind of the same idea. People don't want to listen to us give them the technical know-how, and they don't want to read the technical know-how. Like I kind of wonder, like, obviously if it's just like a big blaring thing, maybe that will help, but who knows? Maybe just have to, maybe you're right, like at the beginning of Ace Match, instead of the launch sequence, it'd be like, "You are in Ace Match," with like a fucking a mini video, like, "In Ace Match, you score triple points as the ace and for killing the ace," or some shit like that,
Just have Neidhart be like, "All right, pilot, you get 3 times the score." Just like
Actually,
have him
having
just,
that be part of the thing that they say when the ace is about to be chosen would be good.
yeah,
Be
right.
like, ace phase is coming up. Ace gets 3 times the score. Protect the ace at all costs while also killing the enemy, or some shit like that. Obviously, make it more concise, but
Yeah, something like that would be great. Honestly, the funniest thing though, I wonder if why there's like
But my immersion, I'm a mercenary. I ain't playing no war games. Bud.
well, like the I don't know, capture the points to control the battlefield. I don't know. I guess
Right,
that's half immersion. But like
right.
the where ace selection soon, I think, is actually something they say. Don't they say, like, isn't that something that's said most of the time? I think.
It definitely comes up on screen, so one
Um,
way or another, you're told about it.
but let's see. Darn it, I just lost my train of thought. I had a brain for it.
Oh
But
no.
yeah, it was something about the ace selection stuff. Oh well. Anyway.
In that regard, Rhino just said a good one, because like the navigators don't say this now in English, right? Like Rhino said, if you steal a kill from the ace, the navigator should be like, "You just took a kill from the ace. What are you doing?"
Oh yeah, there you go. Like, that would be
I mean,
fantastic
you
if the
still
ace gets an
sometimes have to
assist.
just protect yourself, so like that might
Oh, for
reinforce
sure.
people
And I mean,
Yeah.
it'll
like
get frustrating
kamikazing
when
or
you're like
whatever.
protecting your own life and the ace is nearby and it says that. But I mean, I think that'll help out. Just turn your guy off once you get the picture.
Well, I mean that's like, I didn't know
Okay.
they said bail out every time your suit gets low. Bail out now. Get out of your suit. Get
That's
out of your
bad
suit.
advice, yeah.
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 But the
Like,
ace thing actually sounds like good advice.
so like, I mean, it already has, and I will say that's what I was gonna say. The Isaac, for
Especially with them
instance.
shortening the time counter or the spawn counter, they should probably redo those lines too.
Yeah, true. The but another
That
thing
pole
too.
debated the fuck out of me.
But yeah, the Isaac. Every time somebody gets marked, I just wonder if that was
Yeah.
the most annoying thing the entire time. Like, I just wonder if that's
We
why
know it now.
people attack it or downswing when I play the Isaac. Because I don't know, I still think the
Stop
Isaac
fucking
is amazing.
spotting.
But yeah, like literally, your teammate has spotted someone. Your teammate has marked an enemy pilot or enemy mobile suit. Mobile suit marked will be displayed on your mobile suit marked. Mobile suit, like they'll interrupt themselves. It'd be like a
Yeah,
mobile suit has
lubes.
been marked for mobile suit. Your teammate has, and I'm just like, oh, is this what I've been doing to people?
Yes. Every JP player hates you, and now
Oh
every
my
English
gosh.
speaking player hates you too.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Why do you stop playing that stupid suit?
Maybe this is why people hate it so much. Oops. But yeah.
Don't worry, there's a lot more to hate than that, Magnum.
It's just bad. Don't worry about it.